So our next pranayama practice will be Brahmari breath. So Brahmara in Sanskrit is the bumblebee. This is also known as the humming-bee breath, and this is one of my absolute favorite pranayama practices. It is very calming, balancing, and really reduces any stress in the nervous system as we bring in this auditory component. So we'll introduce this in a few stages, and the first one will simply be working with this humming sound. And you might like to think of this as the last syllable of the Om chant. So Om, that last M sound is the sound that we'll be working with here. So we'll take a few breaths to prepare and then take 5 breaths together, utilizing this vibrational sound. And I encourage you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you and really feel into how this vibration is rippling throughout the body. So we'll take one full inhale together through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Return to your normal breath. Just taking a moment to notice how this feels in your body, how this feels around your brain. And then the next kind of stage or advancement with this practice is creating an ear lock. So this can be done by taking the index pointer fingers and placing them inside the ear canals. And if you have long nails and this isn't comfortable, you can always push down the ear flaps to create that seal. And this way we'll have a more intense experience of this vibration that we're working with in our humming sound. So we'll take 5 breaths together, and you can count those on your own or watch me for when I release my hands, because once we kind of go into this level of the perception, it's difficult to hear what's going on outside, which you'll realize in a moment. And I also encourage you in these next 5 breaths to play with where you're placing your tongue. So traditionally, our tongue is placed right behind the teeth against the upper palate, but you might notice how this changes the practice for you with moving the tongue in different places in the mouth. So taking one inhale together again through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing fingers to the ears, either placing them on the ear folds or within the ear canals. Inhaling and beginning. Great. How did that feel? Might take a moment to keep your eyes closed and try not to intellectualize what just happened. Just try and feel. Great. So to continue advancing on, just one more step that we'll leave you with here today is to create a little bit more of a lock. So this is moving into our pratyahara, one of our limbs, Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga, and that is withdrawal of the senses. So in doing this, by plugging the ears, closing the eyes, and really it turns our focus inward to cultivating this absorption into the vibration, this absorption of our inward experience, and withdrawing from anything that may be distracting us from the outside. So how this will look is to keep our fingers placed and then just turn our fingers so that, and I like to use my thumbs for this part actually, so take your thumbs and use that to plug your ears through the flaps, and then placing the peace fingers over the eyes. And then you can leave the remaining fingers kind of around the mouth, underneath the nose, underneath the lips. Traditionally also this can be done by taking the ring finger and the pinky to squeeze the lips as really a symbolic gesture of locking down the senses, locking down these vessels for input, or these points of input for the body. So if you'd like to practice with that, we will do 3 breaths this time, and once you're done you can remove your hands because it is even more difficult to determine what's happening on the outside. So taking an inhale and an exhale to prepare, bringing the thumbs to the ears, closing down the eyes, and beginning. Removing the hands. Remain focused on turning inward, on absorbing ourselves into this inner experience of the vibration. Wonderful. I hope that was a powerful breath for you, and I urge you to try many different things with this breath. You can, a great practice to do is if you're doing a slower hatha-based practice, you can bring in the Brahmari breath simply in your sun salutations or whatever that may look like, just on your exhales, creating this humming sound and letting yourself be absorbed in the vibration of the practice. You can also play with the different pitches of your hum, so and feel where this vibrates different parts of the bodies. This can correlate with different chakras that you're activating, and really kind of explore, invite a curious playfulness into exploring this practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.